Hey, we are back on my end as FPL Vettel gets us underway on the safety car restart. The safety car pulls in, FPL Vettel just ahead of Heartbroken Lion. We got Legend continuing on those soft tyres, and a lot of pit stops all the way down the order as we run down into the first chicane. And hopefully the stream is working a bit better, and hopefully we'll be able to hear Easton without the lag this time. It does happen when it comes to streaming. Sometimes the internet just doesn't want to agree with you, but Pariah trying around the outside of CR7 gets a run mid-corner, and here he goes down the inside into the De La Rocha chicane. Oh, CR7 there takes the escape road, and I think he has to drop the position back.
Yeah, he's jumped over those really bouncy curbs that you don't really want to jump over, and well, as the Alpines lost the position to Steve, it's going to be quite hard for Red Bull to give the position back. First of all, I can only apologise for my internet. It just didn't really want to agree with me tonight, but hopefully you can hear me now as we're on lap 8, hour 27 here at Monza. Looks like CR7 should be giving the position back, but I don't know how he can do it in a effective way without losing a few positions. Meanwhile, Legend is still somehow finding some pace on those softs, and he'll be having a look at the second Alpine of Heartbroken Lion who's in P2, and it looks like the Alfa Romeo is going to get a move done well before the break in turn 1. That's a very good move for the Alfa Romeo. Meanwhile, I believe that's
having a little
Vettel and Proswella are going to have a little battle as the Ferrari emerges on top for now. But the Haas on the hard compound tyres, the slower tyres, and he's looking like he's up for a fight as they go into the second chicane. And it looks like the Haas will get it done as CPI Vettel does cut the corner a little bit. And Scuba comes from nowhere to take P6, and Limmy K picks up P7, so it's a disappointing few corners for CPI Vettel as he drops down to P8 with a few pacey cars behind, and one of them was Fire Pepper, but he has lost it yet again. There's another driver that's fallen victim to the second Lesmo, and that is his Grand Prix done, as there's a very big impact to the wall then. He was flung back to the other side of the track, as there's no safety car of anything as of note, as green flag racing does resume, as we're on board with Carlsberg in the second Alfa Romeo, as DRS has now been activated 3 laps after on the third lap of a safety car restart. We will have DRS, so hopefully that will make overtaking a little bit more easier, but we've already seen some since the safety car restart. One of them is for the lead. No, it's not. That is FPL Vettel, who was in the lead, having a little bit of a moment at the exit of turn 1, and then he'll drop down to P4. But also having a bit of a moment is the Williams of Limmy K. He's also gone round, so that's him dropping down several positions. So it's all going carnage here in F3, and it's Legend somehow on those softs who is in the lead of this Grand Prix. And the drivers will be looking to battle it out, as obviously there'll be a few drivers to come into the pits. The top 4 will be hopefully coming into the pits some point in the near future. A change of tyres. I believe Legend will be the first one in. Obviously he's on the softs, and then the 3 behind him, which is Heartbroken Lion, Carlsberg and FPL Vettel, will all decide to take a little bit longer. But Vettel's tyres are going to be taking a bit of a hammering due to that little spin at turn 1. Meanwhile, for the net battle of the lead, Scuba is looking for a move on the Haas with Proswelder, as he'll be looking for a good start after his teammate did a little bit of a spin at turn 1. He'll be looking to get some points for the Red Bull constructor, and he's got DRS, but also there's a bit of a DRS train coming behind the McLaren of Vettel
down the inside.
And the Haas does go down the inside, but he doesn't fancy a lunge into turn 1, which could open the door for Scuba to have a run, and it looks like that Haas's rear end looked a little unsettled at the exit of turn 2 as they go through Curva de Grande, and Scuba decided not to use the DRS to to have a little go into the second chicane. He decides to stay behind to make sure that everything is all right. As
I think Scuba is a wily old fox, as we got Stevie G falling down the order.
He is, in fact, taking a spin at the exit of the second chicane, drops him down to P18, and Scuba, as we said,
CR7 on Jaeger Mole. He's looking down the inside into a Scary.
And this is going to be close, and he just about avoids it. Barring any contact, but it looks like he'll have a run at the exit of Ascari, and the Red Bull will overtake the AlphaTauri, obviously sister teams in Formula 1, but there's no such thing as letting the big brother by here, as the AlphaTauri is definitely putting up a fight about it. But I think the Red Bull's going to have a nice run at the exit of
Wheeler's in the wall.
The Parabolicus corner, but Prosweller is in a wall. As we were on board with TMC CR7, as Prosweller has had enough of those hards. He might have had some front wing damage as well, but that'll be him in the pits. Meanwhile, there's action going on everywhere, as it looks like it's all settled down, as it looks like Yogi just got
Carl's
by.
way around the outside of Heartbroken Lion. This will be a very big move if he's able to pull it off.
And he's gone round the outside of Curve de Grande, and he's got the move done. That is a fantastic move. And at the moment, it was an Alfa Romeo 1-2, but Legend has spun it on the exit, and it's all going. Well, it all was going right, but it's all gone wrong for Legend now, as he's down to P7, now down to P8, and those softs have definitely seen better days, and he'll be coming to the pits very shortly for a change of tyres, I believe. But all systems go.
Yeah, just when you thought the Italian fans could get behind an Italian team, it was a 1-2 momentarily, but fortunately for Legend, dropping down the order, and honestly, I think that's a blessing in disguise. He needed the pit anyway. Nice clear.
Yeah, that was just a warning to say if you carry on those softs, that he'll be expecting more of that, as Legend does come into the pits, and it looks like Hyra has got back on Vettel, and it looks like Scuba and the AlphaTauri Vigamal are going at it again, and the second Red Bull is going at it, and they momentarily went side by side, but they've let CR7 go to have a bit of a chase on the AlphaTauri as they go into the second chicane, but there's not enough room to fit a second Red Bull there. And, it looks like it's all quieting down now. As I say that, most probably someone will pop up and something will happen. But it looks like there's going to be a little less action. As I say that, as Robin and Wesker are battling out for P13. And there's a three-way tie for the lead. There's a lot more action to come. So only on lap 13 out of 27 here. In TTML F3, Season 5, Round 2 here at Monza. My name's Jesson Thomas, and it's been delightful to be here with you tonight, as FPL Vettel is going to go right round the outside of Heartbroken Lion of Parabolica.
Oh, contact!
Oh!
Lion's
and the Alpine has caught the rear tyre of the McLaren and has gone for a little spin. I don't think either driver meant that. Arguably, you could say that the McLaren could have given a little bit more room, but I'm not the steward yet. And CR7 is looking for a move on Vigamal. He's been lining this up for a while, as Heartbroken Lion has retired. He is well and truly heartbroken, and the Red Bull can't quite get past the AlphaTauri. But I'm not going to comment much more on that incident between the McLaren and the Alpine, because I'm not the racing steward. I will let the stewards decide that one, as it looks like down here Lemon and CPI Vettel are going at it. There's a slight snap oversteer for the Ferrari there, and he's lost their position to the Williams of NSR GS. Meanwhile, FPL Vettel has dropped back a little bit from Karlsberg on the lead. Does that mean the sign of the start of those medium tyres are starting to deteriorate, as there's a little train forming, and hopefully the McLaren can hold out, but it looks like the Red Bull is going to have a nice little run on the AlphaTauri at some point. There's a snap oversteer there from the Red Bull, who was obviously a race winner last week, and he'll be hoping to at least carry on with his progression. Obviously, the little spin early on in this race, and he'll be hoping to charge himself back up into the front. there's not much else going on. It's all quieting down a little bit, but we'll look as they go into turn 1 again. Can he get it done this time? But he's a bit too far behind. Is the Red Bull, and Scuba, the second Red Bull behind him. He's just going to have a little popcorn grab and eat. As Vigamal has lost the back end, the exit turn 2 as they go through Curve de Grande. Will he have a little look going into turn 4? No, he will not.
But you got a Puli boy on CPI Vettel down the inside into the De La Rocha chicane. I guess it done is Vettel's gone, I think.
Well, no, it's Carlsberg. You ran wide onto the gravel tack at the exit of the second chicane, and Vettel just got caught out in it big time. And it looks like there's a spin for Limmy K at the exit of the second chicane. Meanwhile, Vigamal's going to look for the lead here as he goes down the inside of the Ascari, and it looks like he's got the move done on those medium tyres. That could be race defining, as hopefully he'll be able to keep those mediums on the right track, and he might even bridge a little bit of a gap between him and TMC CR7 as they go down to Parabolica at the end of lap 15, as Scuba and FPL Vettel are going side by side, and TMC has run a little bit wide and he's lost out on a couple of positions there, and Vettel dives into the pits. A very audacious dive at that, but Carlsberg is going to fight back for the lead. He wants to battle for the lead. He doesn't want to pit. He wants to drive until those tyres genuinely explode. He wants to battle. He's loving life out here. And he's overtaken the Alpha Tauri for the lead of the Grand Prix.
It was Lemon having a look around the outside of CR7 after running right in Parabolica, but CR7 able to hold on. Pariah, that blinking red light up ahead, that is a sign that CR7 is going to attack very soon, I think.
Yeah, I believe there's going to be another launch from the Red Bull. He's obviously must be disappointed with himself. But again, slightly involved in that little incident. Running wide at the exit of the final corner, and he'll have DRS, but it looks like it'll be a DRS train, as everyone is so bunched up. I believe everyone from P2 to P8 have all got DRS. They'll be hoping for a
terrible run out of the Ascari chicane, and that is going to allow Jaegermol to try around the outside into Parabolic as CR7 gets some move done on Pariah for P4, and Scuba there down the inside gets a move done on Jaegermol, and he's having a look now at Carlsbury.
Well, Carlsbury and Jaegermel both run wide at Parabolica, and Scuba just slipped down the inside and said thank you very much. And there's a very close to being free wide action there. And Jaegermel has misjudged his braking point a little bit there, and somehow, Carlsbury gets a 3 second time penalty, and somehow CR7's in the lead of this Grand Prix, and it is all carnage. There's about 6 or 7 cars, but 8 cars, the top 8 are all bunched up into each other, and this is fascinating here in F3. And somehow the race winner from last week's in the lead, and Carlsbury's got a 3 second time penalty for corner captain. But it's all changed behind as Lemon has somehow burst himself up into P3. He started from P20 at the start of this Grand Prix, and he'll be hunting for P2 as he goes down the inside on the straight, past the Alfa Romeo, who must be thinking it's time for a change of tyres. And it looks like it won't be that long until that Alfa Romeo will come in for a change of tyres. But the Pereira in the Alpine has lost it in Ascari.
This is perfect for Carlsbury. Full course safety car.
A fantastic timing safety car for Carlsbury as a second safety car has been deployed. It might help some of the It might send some of the medium runners into the pits as well. Obviously, if you watch the YouTuber Championship in F1 2015, you'd know the song by now. Into the pits we must go. And I'm sure everyone else knows the rest. And there's a whole host of activity in the pits as CR7 goes onto the softs, but Scuba stays out on the medium tyres here on lap 18 and 27 here in TTML Season 5 Formula 3. As it's all going to be a bit of a carnage last few laps. There's some action coming out of the pits as Lemon looks to have run quite wide. Might have missed his braking point at turn 1. They kind of forced CPI Vettel to run a little wide then. He's got a jump on Pillsbury, in fairness. There's a lot of overtaking going on in the pit lane. It doesn't look good. If you're the likes of Legend, who's obviously on those 4-lap-old mediums, only starting to get used to those medium tyres, but the safety cars come out to kind of stop his flow in the Alfa Romeo.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is fantastic stuff for Lemmy K, Pro Swilder and Stevie G, because they're able now to close up to the back of the pack under the safety car. But looking at the front, obviously Scuba, I don't think wanted a double stack with his teammate, but as soon as he got down to turn 1, he was directly behind the safety car. So if he was to pit now, he's going all the way to the back. He's got to stay out now.
Yeah, I think the only way of him pitting is him having fantastic confidence on those softs to fly through everyone else that's going to be on the softs. But I think he'll have to stay out and see if he can nurse those tyres a little bit. Obviously, the longer the safety car stays out, the better for him if he wants to stay out. But if he wants to pit, he'll have to pit quite soon, and he is staying out for now. Is our leader.
Track position, that's what he's going for right now. Scuba, he knows he's got his teammate in 3rd place. He could do him a favour on the SC restart and allow CR7 to maybe get the jump on Vettel and make things easy for CR7, as he will undoubtedly probably jump out of the way of his teammate to not hold him up. But Scuba did not want a double stack, did not want to lose a few positions by double stacking with his teammate, but in not double stacking, it means he is at a massive disadvantage now on tyre compound and tyre life.
Yeah, just wanted to say something that TG Lemon started this race right at the back in P20. He's in P4. FPL Vettel started in P18. He's now in P2 because of the safety car that's kind of worked wonders for him, really. And Carlsberry, obviously he was up in the lead not so long ago. He started P17. It's been a very good race for the drivers outside the top 10, as a few of them are in the points. It's been a hectic Grand Prix, and hopefully the sooner the safety car comes into the pits, and it's coming in at the end of this lap, perfect timing, the more action we're going to get. As hopefully the safety car, obviously we see a lot of in that, and the medical car in the Belgian Grand Prix. We will not go further on the matter, as we are going to await a safety car restart with Scuba on the medium tyres, 12-lap-old medium tyres. Going to bunch up the field as CPI Vettel picked up a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Carlsberry. That could be a slight tap to the rear tyre, and Scuba has ditched the field. He is gone, and this second safety car is finished, and it looks like Vettel will have a little bit of a go at the Red Bulls going down into turn 1. Meanwhile, Lemon is going to have a look at CR7. He's trying to have a look at both. Looks like there's not going to be much movement for the lead, and there's not going to be, or there's going to be, might be a little bit of movement for P3 and 4, but CR7 holds out. And we're further down back on the field.
Side by side as they go through the Curva Grande.
Battle for P13 between the drivers that started second and third down the Curva Grande. Going into the second chicane, who's going to be later on the brakes? And it's going to be Yogi who gets the move done. But Lemmy K is not going to let that one down without a fight. Meanwhile, FPL Vettel has got the lead of the Grand Prix. It's been a mistake somewhere from Scuba.
Here's a switch.
And the switch for the Red Bull team. And CR7 is going to hunt down the McLaren of Vettel, who's on slightly older tyres by an extra lap or two. But as Carlsberry picks up another 3-second time penalty for corner cut in. And Scuba's tyres.
A little bit out of shape coming out of the corner as well.
And Scuba's tyres a little bit worse for wear. And Lemon goes flying down its inside of the parabolic corner. It is FPL Vettel in the McLaren who leads as they start lap 21 and 27. There's not much long left on this action-packed Italian Grand Prix. We've had stream issues. We've had 2 safety cars and a VSC. It has been fascinating to watch, and I'll be hoping for some last lap battles as Carlsberg and CPI Vettel are going at it again, and it looks like the Alfa Romeo has just hung one right round the outside of turn 2, which is fascinating to see, but I'm sure the Ferrari will not be having any of that as they go into the second chicane. And he does have a look, but there's not enough room for him to have a lunge. And the battle for the lead.
So guys, he gets a fantastic run out of the De La Rocha chicane as we go into the Lesmos. He's he's almost pushing that Ferrari through the corners.
Yeah, he is definitely pushing him through, but there's a good exit for the Ferrari at the second Lesmo. Meanwhile, in front, the gap's down to just under 0.2 of a second between Vettel and CR7, and they will be battling away here at the latter stages of the Italian Grand Prix for the lead as Prostuella's race goes from bad to worse to the yellow flag in sector 3, and Vettel. That is CPI Vettel, who was in P5 and now he is in a war on the exit of Ascari, and that is a big shame for him as he was running really well in the Ferrari as the DRS has been activated again, as we'll be hoping. And Carlsberg's got past Scuba as those medium tyres have definitely fallen off the Red Bull. Meanwhile, for the lead, looks like Vettel's holding out as Gears picks up a 3-second time penalty for corner cut, and the penalties are racking up amongst the field in the latter stages as Steve is overtaking Pro as well for P14, but there's not much else going on in front.
Round the outside of the De La Rocha chicane on Legend, perhaps a little bit of contact. Legend able to hold on for P9.
Yeah, so the Alfa Romeo who once led is Grand Prix as Yogi's gone for a spin to the exit of the second chicane and has lost his front winger yet again. It's not been a good night for the man who started in P3, and it looks like he will have to come into the pits for a change of front wing. CR7. Meanwhile, TMC CR7 has gone down the inside of FPL Vettel for the lead of the Italian Grand Prix on lap 22 at 27, and it looks like Lemon will fancy his chances as well at the latter stage of this Grand Prix. Meanwhile, Jägermal is going to have a look at Scuba for P5, but there's a freeway battle for the lead that we need talking about. Can the Mercedes have a look at the McLaren? He set the fast lap of the Grand Prix, the 120.8. Can they have a look? It looks like we might have a free wide moment here. No, he will not, as Vettel goes around the outside, as he stays behind the Red Bull. Thankfully, none of these drivers have penalties, so it looks like it's going to be a street finish to the line. Barring any of them pick up penalties, as GS is overtaking Jägermal, who is inside the Red Bull of Scuba. A bit of issues there.
Ooh,
as
stuff with it.
Yeah, very interesting stuff going on between the Alfa Tauri and the Red Bull. Mirror out in front. Looks like it's quieting down a little bit, but Lemon is all over the back of the McLaren. Can he have a look? Going down into Ascari where CR7 produces move a lap ago. Can he have a look? Might go for the outside line. He's going to have a look at the inside, but I don't think there'll be enough room for him to have a go. Maybe he's setting himself up for the exit, or maybe down the back straight as they're running out the laps. Vettel and Lemon, and it doesn't look like many of them are gaining much time on CR7, as Lemon will be hoping to get this move sooner rather than later if he wants a pursuit for the race win, as he looks like to get a nice exit. He'll be hoping for a nice exit. He will get DRS as well, which will assist him, but obviously Vettel will get DRS from CR7, but it looks like Lemon has got a very nice run in that Mercedes as they're breaking into turn 1, and it looks like Jägermal's got the move done on GA's up into P5 in the Alfa Tauri.
Wesker gets the move done on Legend, so those mediums starting to slip down almost out of the top 10.
Yeah, Scuba's been running on those mediums for 17 laps, which is phenomenal really. Those mediums have lasted that long, and he looks like he's going to be going to the end of the race. As meanwhile, out in front, there's not much action going on between the top 3. As TG Lemon is hoping they can find a way to get past Vettel on his pursuit of a race win from the back of the field. Obviously Vettel has been immense as well, as he was starting down in P18. It looks like he's got a little bit of a shape here. It could be an opportunity for Lemon, but he's harvesting is ERS for now, and it looks like that is Yogi who's gone for a spin at turn 2. That's back for the battle for P2, and it looks
and
like
Proswilder's gone. That's a VSC.
And Proswilder's retired, and I think Lemon.
Safety car.
Oh, and a late safety car's been deployed here, and Lemon must be furious because that safety car has come at the wrong time, at the wrong place. Lemon is looking for the move on battle. Down the back straight, and Scuba has not pitted. He's missed the pit entry.
He had time, he could have gone into the pits. Scuba, what are you doing, lad?
Well, the VSC got called as Lemon and Vettel were going past the pit lane, so there must have been plenty of time for Scuba for him to have a go and jump into the pits for a set of softs. But, well, that was very anticlimactic. There's a really good battle brewing for P2 as Lemon was literally gearing himself up for an overtake down the back straight. Then the safety car came out and ruined all of his plans for a potential move down the inside. And it's a bit of respite for the drivers on those softs. You can just slow down a little bit and carry on driving.
Alright, so just looking at the stream 2 seconds, Yaham saying the stream quality is looking much better now. So glad we were able to sort that out for you guys. And Pariah saying this is the first time he's DNF'd in about a year in a league race. So CPI Vettel into the pits and retires from the session.
Yeah, CPI Vettel was obviously running in P5.
Scuba pit. Scuba. No, he doesn't. Scuba. He's not listening.
I don't think he can hear you from the commentary box, but Scuba is ignoring all advice here tonight in TTML. And that stat from Pereira is very, very interesting. Obviously, try your best to finish every race, and that's a big shame for him to retire tonight. Obviously, both Alpine drivers have both retired for second race running. We lost Matt Jonas at the second Ascari as Proswild has left the session. I believe that might be. He's retired.
Looking at the penalty situation, though, this is heartbreak for Carlsbury. He's got 11 seconds, and Lemmy Key picks up a 5-second with a collision with Robin. So now Robin also on 11 seconds as well.
Could be a big gain for Steve in the Mercedes. Obviously, the penalties will be able to rack up if.
Scuba's counting on this. On people picking up penalties.
I believe if Carlsberg and Giers would. If the race would have finished now, then he would gain a couple of positions.
The safety car is coming in this lap. There's no way he's going out for another lap because we are on lap 26 or 27.
Carlsberg has gone for a spin during the safety car, and that is him out of the points. A big shame by the Alfa Romeo, who's drove very well tonight. And he's gone for a spin in the penultimate lap as the safety car was going in. He was a little bit too excited, maybe. And we're going to have a last lap shootout here in Monza for who is going to win the Italian Grand Prix here in F3. It's going to be a battle between CR7 and the Red Bull. Last week's winner, FPL Vettel and TTG Lemon, as CR7 is going to wait a long time. He doesn't want much slipstream, and he's going to go now as we're about to start the last lap of the Italian Grand Prix here in Monza. And will anyone go for any last-ditch moves as they fly down the back straight? And it looks like there's not enough time for anyone to do any moves. As Helpy Boy has moved himself up to P5, he's doing a very good job in the second half.
Dropping down the order as Scuba gets himself up into 7th place. So Scuba maybe finding just a little bit of late life in those tyres as Lemon all over the back of FPL Vettel. He's got to look for a move, and I think exit here is where he's going to find it. Down the inside into the first Lesmo. Side by side, all contact made, and there goes Vettel around, and Lemon losing a lot of pace here.
And Lemon has somehow kept on to P2. Big disappointment for FPL Vettel. I'm sure he won't be happy with that, especially in the last lap of the Grand Prix. But that all but confirms the win for CR7 here tonight, who obviously started on pole, and he has somehow managed to fight his way back after an early spin. but the battle for second isn't over
Here
yet.
goes a Pewley boy trying to get himself on the podium here. What a run on Jägermo he's got. He's going to go around the outside for Parabolica. The final corner on the final lap. Is he going to get it?
And it doesn't look like he will, but it's been a fantastic drive for Pewley boy. But it's going to be TMC CR7 who wins the Italian Grand Prix tonight, as Lenny Kay picks up a 5-second time penalties that weren't served. It was Lemon in P2, start from the back. Then there was Jägermal in P3, Pippin Pewley boy by 1.5 tenths. Scuba on those 21 lap medium tyres, coming home in P5. What a fascinating finish. That safety car set everything up, and then that slight contact between Vettel and Lemon and the first Lesmo meant that Lemon was just about to hold out for P2, but that is a fascinating way to finish a Grand Prix.
Yeah, absolutely, and that means 2 wins in a row for that man in the Red Bull CR7. Lemon getting second place. Fantastic drive from the back of the field all the way up onto the podium, and a heartbreak I think for FPL Vettel, but what could have been, eh? What could have been?
Yeah, it would have been a podium for the man that started down in 18th. A slight contact to the man that started in P20 has meant he has dropped down the field. Here is the full race classifications. We've got 25 seconds, a 25 second start now. The Red Bull of CR7 wins in 1-2 with the fastest lap. Lemon in P2 from the back. Jägermal runs off the podium in P3. Pilo Boy from P16 to P4. Scuba P5. Wesker in P6. Good drive for him. Legend P7. Shields P8. Lumike P9. FPL Vettel gets P10. Steve P11. Robin P12. Carlsberg P13. FPL Vettel was the last retirement. But 14 finishers. And the likes of Vettel, Pros Dweller, P-Ray, Heartbroken Lion, Freya Pepper, and Mad Jonas all retiring in this Italian Grand Prix. And what a race that was, yeah, in TTML Formula 3. And it was an absolute privilege to be here tonight.
Before we wrap up, I gotta ask, who was your driver of the day?
It's got to be Lemon for me. He obviously started at the back. Obviously, that late collision with Vettel kind of deteriorated it a little bit. But starting from the back, finishing P2, only a couple of seconds away from the eventual race winner of CR7. I think my driver of the day goes to TTG and Scott Lemon in the Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula 1 team. And it was a fascinating race and a real privilege to commentate on this tonight.
As I want to agree with Lemon for coming from the back up to second, but we can't forget CR7 had an absolute shocker of a start, and he did the Grand Slam tonight. He got pole position, fastest lap, and the race victory.
Yeah, but obviously I don't think he'll be happy with himself with that spin that he had at the start of the Grand Prix. But he did really well, showed some really good character to fight back, and obviously with all the safety cars and the VSC we had, it was very good to see him battle his way through some fantastic battles in the middle of that race, which is brilliant to see, and hopefully we'll do it all again next week.
Speaking of next week we go to the Circuit Catalunya Barcelona for the Spanish Grand Prix, and that will be next Thursday in TTML. But of course there are 2 more races in the TTML to come up tomorrow, that is F4 and F5, so make sure you guys tune in for that. But yeah, a fantastic and intriguing race. I have a feeling there will be some stewards reports coming through, but final thoughts?
A very good race, lots of action, couple of safety cars, plenty of people having a little spin, a very tense last lap incident, really good race. My voice is knackered, I need a glass of water and a lie down.
And with that, we will end the stream. We want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight, whether you joined in for Formula 3, whether you went check out Formula 2 or Formula 1. If you want, you guys, you can hit the like and subscribe. League Racing TV, over 1,000 subscribers now. And we'll be back tomorrow for Formula 4 and Formula 5 here in Monza. We go again. But until next week, I have been Michael Edwards. He has been Easton Thomas. And we'll see you next week.